Well, hello everyone, Texy88 here and welcome to another review. And now I'm taking a look at the Amstrad CPC version of Sharkey's Moll after having recently reviewed the Spectrum version. And like the Spectrum version, there's this cool tune that plays on this menu screen. Although the one thing that's a bit worrying is, even though it's not the same typeface, this is starting to look worryingly like another classic case of deja vu. Like the Spectrum version I reviewed very recently, this was brought out by Zeppelin Games in 1991. So quite late into the Amstrad CPC's life. So let's set our controls. Keyboard. Do you want to redefine the keys? Yes, I do. We've got that backwards order, unnatural backwards order of the directions. As I'm, I'll press 0 to play. Get ready. Don't hit the informer. Oh God! What do you know? It's a Speccy port. Oh, and you may remember that I pointed out how choppy and slippery the control of the crosshairs was in the actual Spectrum version. Well, it's even more pronounced here because it's so much slower. Oh God! Oh God! I mean, the energy bar's done differently in the bottom right corner. It's still got the heart, but the energy bar itself is very different. Oh, God. It's really hard to hit anything, especially at this reduced speed. Yeah, I was trying to hit that guy that's going to the right in the comparative foreground, and it wouldn't have it. I clearly shot him. Oh God, this is horrible. I mean, usual problem, lazy Spectrum port, same colour, and slow. I'm trying to hit this Molotov cocktail, but because the controls of this crosshair are so choppy and slippery, especially at this reduced speed, it's just nigh on impossible to hit anything sometimes. Oh, goodness me. Oh. I know this was a budget release, but it's still a bit of a lame excuse for a lazy Spectrum port. And ones where they don't even do anything to the graphics by adding a bit of colour to them is even worse. I mean, say what you will about Double Dragon 3 and Cop Out, at least they did change the colours of the and didn't just use the same colours as in the Spectrum version, but this, oh my God. Oh dear God. I don't think I even want to play that anymore. Because it's basically the Spectrum version, only much choppier, much slower, and much less easy to control the crosshair. Apart from that, it's exactly the same game, so there's not really much point in continuing and having another go. So that's Sharkey's Moll for the Amstrad CPC. Graphics don't make the best use of the CPC's hardware because it's it's exactly the same as the Spectrum version because it's a blatant port with nothing done to it. Literally, the only thing that I can see that's different are the typeface and being used, and the style of the health bar by that heart in the bottom right corner. Apart from that, everything looks exactly the same, and it's still got that same slightly lunging scrolling. Sound, it's okay, but it's not amazing. Even for the CPC, I've heard better sound effects than that. Gameplay, well, plays the same as the Spectrum, only even more slippery and choppy crosshair. Harder to hit things because of the reduced speed and the increased noticeability of the choppiness and slipperiness, which makes it even more annoying and even less playable. So yeah, sorry Zeppelin, this isn't going to get a very good score. I'm going to give the CPC version of Sharkey's Moll 3 out of 10. All the faults of the Spectrum version have been magnified by the reduced speed and the fact that it's a Spectrum port with barely anything done to it, and is just cynical and sloppy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that review. Catch you on another one soon. Sorry this one was a bit short, but it didn't seem much point in having another go when it's basically the same thing as the Spectrum version, only slower and less playable. But anyway, Texie88 out.